so that our projects will stand favorably in the state, regional, and local proposals. We only got a couple state competitive proposals. One is the Alligator River Bridge, which is being funded, and Highway 64. The toll road and the Curry Tuck is still in the area of how that's going to be funded. So we have to support each other's project. And each of the 10 counties, we understand that we need to support the smaller counties because the smaller counties bring the produce and the commerce to our counties too. So we depend on each other. Roddy, you got anything to add to that? Jeff, hopefully that's an update for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like I said, I opened up Sunday's paper and I saw that in there. Quite back and maybe been a while since I heard about the organization. So, and I'm glad that you're chairman. So that's a plus as well. Vice Chairman, what's up?
I've lived in Elizabeth City all my life. I was born and raised in the city and lived the majority of my life in the city, and which is a part of the county. And I was concerned about our county first. We were a Tier 2 county. Now we've gone down to Tier 1. To me, that's a big step, but it's also a big opportunity. And if the city and the county could work together, then there are opportunities out there through our colleges that are here. And what I've been told, the University of North Carolina specializes in redevelopment and grants and things of that nature. University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and maybe somewhere else, and I'm not aware of. But I was asking our manager and maybe the city's manager to get together and look for those opportunities and see if this Tier 1 designation, which opens, I happen to know a little bit about that, and it opens up the people that locate here, that provide jobs to certain grants and that don't cost the city anything, that don't cost the county anything, that are personal credits sometimes on their own individual tax returns. I'm looking at this, as bad as it is, being a Tier 1, that this may be an opportunity for our city, which we all love, and our county too. And but anyway, I'm throwing that out as a suggestion. If there's any opportunity for that to occur, now is a good time for that to take place. I have nothing else.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Winslow. Yeah, we were all kind of blindsided by this. Matter of fact, I had a reporter call me this morning and wanted me to comment on it. I had no idea what he was talking about. So I could get up with Rodney there. I think this letter came over the holiday weekend, I believe. Yeah. Mr. Bill West, who with the Daily Advance, was covering the story, and he forwarded me some other information. And you might want to share, there was some other stuff that came out in addition to this letter. It shows all the counties in the state. You might want to forward that to the rest of the commissioners so they can just see where everybody falls. But the sad thing to note here is that 19.9% of Pasquotank County's population lives below the poverty rate. That's almost 1 in 4. That's a lot of those $7.25 wages out there that we need to try to get some business in here and get some, y'all read Nucor, where the average pay for an employee at Nucor over in Burford County, which this county almost had the opportunity to get that plant, is $84,400 a year for an average employee. This is an employee that has a high school education for the most part. We years ago let it go over there to Burford County because we were scared of smokestacks and some other things. But anyway, did you?
The same kind of restrictions we put on businesses when they locate here, they pay a high wage.
That would be on Michael Cox's answer, but I don't think we can.
I know a little bit of that, I'm sorry.
I know they do it in Washington DC.
You can't dictate salary wages, white costs.
I'm sorry.
Encouraging businesses to pay a higher wage.
Pay a high wage, you know, in
Yeah, that's a
Washington DC.
federal issue.
There are a lot of businesses that cannot locate there. Walmart being one,
They have all part-time.
because they require any business that locate there pay a high.
So they were number one in the West paying.
But I'm just saying,
Right.
I think it's a federal minimum wage, I'm not sure if we're talking the same.
I'm not talking minimum wage, I'm talking about when you actually sign contracts with companies to locate a part of that be that.
If we're doing economic development agreement, one thing we can say is,
Salary.
yeah, we want you to pay X, the average salary, it'd be this ballpark range, and you can have callbacks in that, they don't do that, and you withdraw some of your grant incentives, thank you, yeah. But I don't think we've been put in that situation. If it ever comes up, we can, but right now, we haven't actually.
I think the last bit of industry that's located here is well above, like DRS.
Yeah.
I think they're like 45, 50,000 average. I mean, I think the last couple that's located here is well above the national average. Okay, just got a couple of things. I can't remember if I mentioned in the last meeting, the personnel handbook, personnel committee, we have completed that, the rough draft for staff, and it has been sent over. Or has not been sent yet? Okay.
It's almost as we call it.
Okay, be sent over to, Mr. John Lighty, who is, pretty, up and up about, wage and labor and things like that, and, he'll make any changes, and then it'll come back to the board for final approval, and it'll, much needed update on that. Wanted to get y'all's feedback, I've had a couple of calls about, trying to bring us into the 21st century with some kind of live streaming or video recording or something that people at home can view at their pleasure. Does anybody
No.
want to ask staff to look into that? I think the last time I remember was like 5, 6 years ago, we looked at videoing and that was pretty cost prohibitive, but now you have the live streaming on computer, things like that. I think it's a good idea to inform the public, though. Why don't you look into it and get us some numbers, and we'll see, move on with that. Also, I had asked, staff to, as you all know, y'all approved the $150,000, additional for the, old middle school. And lo and behold, I talked to Mr. Olson about where they were going to get their $150,000, and just about all is coming from grants. So I have asked the city to try to, I think that's something we're missing the boat. I think, Commissioner Griffin, you brought it up several times. We can't afford a full-time grant writer on staff, but maybe look at it as a contract type deal, or maybe we can piggyback off the city or something like that. But I think we really need to be taking advantage of this money that's sitting out there.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Part-time person.
Yeah. Whatever fits the budget.
I think there are agencies that do exactly what you just mentioned, that's their business, they go out there, everybody, they do contract work, if they get a grant for you, they get paid, if they don't get one for you, you don't get paid.
They get paid on performance.
We have local people that's done it. I kind of know that Dr. Sheriff Turner had written an awful lot of grants for them since they've been registered. And it would be wise if we sort of talk to her and see if a chance,
A renovation of an old school to put to use for youth, there is a ton of grants out there for stuff like that. I mean, they're all over the place. So I guess what we need to do is come up with a plan of action and bring it forward the board and let everybody chew on it and see if it's feasible. As far as your committees, I wasn't going to make any changes unless y'all want to come off of any, or if you want to do any trade back and forth, please let me know. But as far as I'm concerned, I was going to let everybody pretty well stay where you're at. And that, I don't think I think that's a good spot to roll it down. Especially this is
I only
Third
set down patrol board because it was 12-month period to get it started. That's the only reason I voted for the set to go with the dogs.
all right. With nothing else, then I'll entertain a
Motion
motion to
adjourned.
adjourn. Motion